Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. In a quiet English village named Stonethorpe, where sheep outnumbered people and the pub was still the center of news, a peculiar TV show had gripped the nation, and none other than Jeremy Clarkson had just dubbed it the best thing on TV. "It's joyously unwoke," he declared during a talk show, grinning like a man who had just driven a tractor through a vegan farmer's market. The internet exploded. Some were outraged, some were curious, and millions tuned in. The show in question? The Uncancelled Chronicles. No one really knew how it had snuck onto the airwaves. It wasn't marketed, there were no flashy billboards or celebrity endorsements, just a grainy trailer uploaded to YouTube titled, "This Might Get Pulled." It featured a man in a tweed jacket sipping tea while a goat gnawed on his trousers. That man was Basil Thorne, a retired history teacher, ex-radio host, and self-proclaimed enemy of sterile content. He lived in a cottage with no Wi-Fi, brewed his own ale, and once got banned from a local book club for reading Mein Kampf for historical context. Each episode of the Uncancelled Chronicles featured Basil sitting in a leather armchair with a fire crackling behind him as he dissected modern life with a sharp tongue and sharper wit. He mocked virtue-signaling influencers, read offensive 18th-century poems aloud, and once held a séance to summon the ghost of George Orwell, who allegedly told him to never apologize. There was no set format. Sometimes Basil would debate his cat, Chairman Meow. Other times, he'd walk into town and ask Gen Z baristas what they thought a rotary phone was. He once tried to cancel himself live on air, citing an off-color joke he made in 1973, but the viewers voted to keep him. Critics frothed. Social media accounts demanded his cancellation with hashtags like Boycott Basil and hashtag GoWoke or Go Home. But that only made him more popular. Enter Jeremy Clarkson. He'd been flipping channels between reruns of Top Gear and a documentary about artisanal turnips when he stumbled upon the Uncancelled Chronicles. 15 minutes in, he spit out his wine and muttered, "Finally, someone's gone mad in the right direction." The next morning, his declaration made headlines. "Clarkson crowns joyously unwoke show as best thing on TV." The Telegraph. "Basil doesn't care about offending people," Jeremy told reporters. "He talks like your granddad after 2 whiskeys, and I love him for it. In a world tiptoeing on eggshells, he's using them to make an omelet." Within hours, the Uncancelled Chronicles shot to #1 on streaming platforms. Netflix tried to buy it, but Basil declined, claiming he didn't trust any platform that suggested I might like Emily in Paris. Stonethorpe became a pilgrimage site for free speech enthusiasts, disillusioned comedians, and Clarkson fans. The local pub, the Blunt Ferret, started offering a Basil burger, served unapologetically rare, with a side of spicy opinions. Of course, the backlash grew. A petition to ban the show reached 300,000 signatures. The BBC issued a statement distancing themselves from Basil, though no one had asked them. Even Basil's goat received hate mail, mostly in emojis. But Basil, unbothered as ever, aired a special titled "Things I'm Still Not Sorry For." It featured him singing bawdy sea shanties, rereading banned books, and finally drinking a pint with Jeremy Clarkson on a countryside hilltop. As the sun set behind them, Clarkson turned to Basil and said, "You do realize they'll come for us next." Basil grinned. "Let them. Just make sure they bring a sense of humor." And somewhere, behind a million screens, people laughed, not because they agreed with everything, but because they finally could.